Good afternoon. Welcome to your 4 to 5 full cast of characters today. Eric, Maddie, Lauren, Jalen, and Christian all here for you.
Yep, we're all here today, and happy Monday to you. Make sure you head over to our Facebook page, chat with us on the live stream throughout the show.
Yes, we have a lot to get into today, so let's start it off right at the top. The number of North Carolinians getting a COVID-19 vaccine is stagnant. We've been hovering at these percentages for quite some time now. 8 million doses have been given out. 42% of our population is partially vaccinated. Only 38% are fully vaccinated, far below the state's goal of 66%, or 2/3 of the state. Well, now a Triad sports team is stepping up to help. The Winston-Salem Dash is holding vaccination clinics this week and in June to get the vaccine to more people. President CJ says that it is a way to get people back to pre-pandemic status.
Our local health department has done such a tremendous job over the last year of giving us guidance and helping inform fans of what to do. And so we wanted to partner up with them to help kind of get us across that last threshold, which is getting as much as the public vaccinated as possible, which allows us to do fun things together, like go to Dash games and have big crowds. And so we were so excited to partner with them.
And with the vaccine comes a pretty good incentive. Anyone who calls to make an appointment gets a ticket to the May 25th and June 8th game, either or, for just $11. It's a good deal considering both games include free hot dogs for all fans until 8:30.
Instant gratification. You get that shot and then you've got free hot dogs coming your way. But that's for all fans in attendance that night. But it's just a great thing to partner up with the vaccinations.
All right, let's get you the details here. You can sign up to get a shot between 3 and 7:15 tomorrow at Truist Stadium. It's all happening again on June 8th. You can call this number to reserve your time slot. It's on your screen at 336-714-2287. You can also look for a link to sign up online. We have that for you on WFMYnews2.com.
All right, so let's take a look. The new incentive offers come as our state recorded yet another impressive number in new coronavirus cases. It says they learned of 581 new cases in the past 24 hours. Now, that is the lowest daily number we've seen since August 17th of last year. There were a couple days last week when our new daily cases were in the 600s, but it's been more than 9 months since they were as low as they were today. Even though this number is encouraging, it is important to remember the virus, or this shows rather that the virus is still spreading.
And children as young as 6 months are now participating in a Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine trial. Pfizer plans to eventually enroll more than 4,500 kids with the goal of applying for emergency use authorization for a children's vaccine by the fall. So as of right now, most kids are only actually getting 1/10 of an adult dose to monitor any potential side effects.
Children have a tendency to develop fevers more often than adults do in general. And we also know that children frequently respond to lower doses with good immune responses.
Researchers will use blood work to determine how strong the vaccine response is at fending off the virus. If the children don't generate enough antibodies, they can return for a higher dosage.
But until kids are finally approved to get the vaccines, what is the best way to keep them and the rest of your family safe? And is it okay for vaccinated adults to not wear a mask when they're around their own kids? Let's take a look at what our Verify team found out.
Our sources are Dr. Nerali Bora, medical director at the Kent County Health Department, and Dr. Rosemary Olivero, a pediatric infectious disease physician at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital.
So what we understand with the vaccine is that it is really effective at preventing COVID in those who've been vaccinated. Those who do tend to get COVID after being vaccinated, it's quite rare. They tend to have a mild illness and they're much less likely to pass it on to others.
In general, it would be safe that if you're a fully vaccinated person, so you've had your full vaccine series plus 2 weeks, that generally would be a safe thing to do.
So we can verify that yes, vaccinated parents of unvaccinated kids can feel confident to be in public without masks and return home. However, experts say that only you can decide on the safest practice to protect your family.
So at this point, we do feel comfortable that parents who are vaccinated can go unmasked as long as their children at home don't have underlying health conditions.
Data that we've seen so far in those people across the world who have been vaccinated, that if they get exposed to the virus that causes COVID-19, generally they do not harbor the virus. And if they do harbor the virus, it's at such a very low amount of virus in your nose or throat that it's not easily transmittable to another person.
The experts recommend that children ages 2 to 11 should continue to wear masks in public and at indoor gatherings with people outside of the household.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. The Winston-Salem Open will return to Wake Forest University this summer after a year off due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Winston-Salem Open officials say the tournament will reopen at 100% capacity, making it the first tennis tournament in the world to announce a full-scale reemergence. The tournament will be held August 21st through the 28th. Details on ticket sales and community events will be announced in the near future. And the Bank of America Stadium will open at 100% capacity as well this year with no mask requirement or proof of vaccination for fans. So this means the Carolina Panthers will have a 100% fan capacity at some home games this season. Stadium officials say there will not be separate sections for vaccinated and unvaccinated fans, and temperature checks are not required for entry. Mobile ticketing will remain in place to help fans enter the stadium more efficiently. And about 245,000 North Carolinians collect unemployment every week. Starting June 6th, they'll have to prove they're looking for a job to keep it. Under Governor Roy Cooper's work search requirements, those who collect unemployment will have to make contact with 3 potential employers each week. They must keep a record of it and register with a job seeker account on ncworks.gov. The change comes as a lot of businesses are having a tough time filling open positions. And a new study finds the Pfizer and AstraZeneca COVID vaccines offer effective protection against the COVID variants discovered in India and England. Researchers found that Pfizer's vaccine was at least 88% effective in preventing symptomatic COVID-19 cases, while AstraZeneca's shots were 60% effective against the variant found in India. The study shows getting both doses of the vaccine was vital for the best protection.
Well, we believe in simple, honest forecasting here at News 2, so it's just hot, and it'll be hot again tomorrow and the day after that too. Seriously, that's just the story that we have going on. Of course, today, this afternoon mainly, we've got more clouds than we do sunshine, and that has actually helped to hold our temperatures back by about 1 degree or 2 from really any further warming. Yesterday was our warmest day of the year so far at 89 degrees, and we're still holding steady at 88 degrees right now in Greensboro. Be interested to see if we can get any higher than that. Been holding steady for the last couple hours. Clouds are helping us not really climb up anymore. 87 over in Winston-Salem, 89 degrees in High Point, 87 in Asheboro too, 88 over in Lexington as well. And the difference today, you probably feel it if you go outside, is that it is a bit more muggy. Dew points in the low 60s this afternoon, even mid 60s in some places, compared to where we've had dew points in the upper 40s and low 50s over the weekend. So we call it the air that you can wear for a reason, and you probably noticed that. It's quite a bit muggy if you're outside today. Of course, on the radar, there's not too much going on. There are a few showers and thunderstorms mainly to our east and one just over the North Carolina-Virginia border, but they're really having a hard time sustaining themselves. The dynamics are just not that great today, although we will keep our eyes open for an isolated shower or thunderstorm through the evening hours. Most of that action will stay to our east, though. Same kind of thing for your Tuesday as well. We'll start out dry in the morning, some extra clouds and maybe a couple showers. Isolated thunderstorm in the afternoon. Again, not expecting these storms either today or tomorrow to be on the severe side of things. For the here and now, tonight mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures not going to get all that cool. We'll drop down into the mid 60s for those overnight lows. And going into your Tuesday, a lot like today, although it will be just a little bit cooler tomorrow. Low 80s instead of those upper 80s that we've been used to for the past couple days. As far as measurable rainfall goes, not really going to get a shot at that the next couple days, but by the weekend, I think we'll have a good shot to get some rainfall. We'll talk about that in your full 7-day forecast coming up.
Well, in case you didn't know, National Trails Day is the first Saturday in June. I had never heard of that until today, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a community the size of Greensboro with as many cool trails as we have. Greensboro Parks and Rec Department, they have a lot to say about the local trails. I spoke with Elizabeth Jernigan about what's out there these days. So Elizabeth, I am not the outdoorsy type, so I was not aware of Trails Day. You have to enlighten me.
Sure. It's a national event celebrated on the first Saturday in June around the country. And every community does their own unique version of celebrating trails. And for Greensboro, that is celebrating our hiking, mountain biking, and water trails.
So really, this is a day of awareness, right? It helps to keep us all aware of what's out there and what we do. Give me some highlights of some of the trails out there that people can visit.
Oh, we have a ton of great trails, and it really just depends on what you're looking for. We do a lot of really fun family hikes and activities, so families can get out there on trails like the Crockett Trail or the Nat Green Trail and just hike for, a few minutes or a few hours.
Is there any place online that we could go and kind of examine some of the trails and get the highlights before we head out?
Sure, we have a lot of different options. If you're on the internet, you can check out greensborotrails.org. Or you can download Piedmont Discovery, which is our park and trail locator app. And through the app, you can sort whether you want to go out on an easy trail, a more difficult trail, a mountain biking trail, and then it gives you turn-by-turn directions to the trailhead.
And I think people need to realize, too, that this can be a family event. I mean, these trails aren't so tough you can't bring kids.
Absolutely. Greensboro is a great place to introduce yourself or your family to trails because they're very accessible. We have a lot of different options for parking. We also have a really safe trail system. We partner with Greensboro Fire Department, who does a fantastic job in our trail rescue program. So you're very fortunate to have that access to the rescue station.
Well, this sounds awesome. Can't wait to get out there. Thank you so much for your time today. All right, so it makes you think of summer, right? So I asked everybody on Facebook, tell me your favorite summer getaway. Here's what you had to say. The beach was big on this one. Teresa says, I think I'm going to go to White Lake. Haven't been in over 35 years. It has shade because she said, this ginger will burn. She said, I'm excited to see the Clearwater cookouts and music. James said Southport. And I had just been to Southport first time about 2 years ago, James. It is very peaceful there. Fran says Ocean Drive right in North Myrtle Beach. Wanda Smith says my house because everybody's out of town and it's very peaceful. MD Moore said the beach, but a more quiet beach where you can look for shells and shark's teeth and maybe find a good restaurant in the evening. And Linda Johnson said she loves the beach just because of the outlet malls down there, probably Tanger at Myrtle Beach. So yeah, lots of the beach was big on the list there. I think a lot of folks, there's always that argument, beach and mountain. Some people are one or the other. I like both for different reasons, but my heart is at the beach.
Absolutely, yes. I am so excited because I didn't go to the beach at all last year. So I'm actually going to Wrightsville Beach this weekend for a wedding. And then the week after that, my family will be at Carolina and Curie beaches for our family beach week. And I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Fun. I like the beach and the mountains as well. Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I don't know if you've ever been there. Me and my sister, we did like a 4-day girls trip and we were able to hike and see waterfalls, try different restaurants. They have zip lining there, whitewater rafting. A lot of fun for the family and also for adults too.
And just to kind of touch on something that was in the piece, I know we talked about mountain biking trails, we talked about hiking trails, but I didn't know water trails were technically involved as well. I think that might be where I'm most interested at this point. I think I want to get on a kayak or a canoe, whichever one is the proper term for one of our areas. But let's get out there and just make it happen, right?
And I didn't know that we had over 100 miles of trails just in Greensboro, so that's huge.
Greensboro is beautiful, a lot of great trails. As far as the kayaking goes, I always am very excited about it until I actually get out there and realize it's a lot of work. And then I'm like, this is not what I signed up for, but I am in the middle of the lake now, so I have to keep going.
So I've been one time before. I went, whichever one is the two-person, is it the canoe or the kayak? I don't remember, but
canoe, I think.
Yes, canoe with two people and kayak by yourself, I do believe. But so my mom and I went, and we were just going in circles because we couldn't get it.
One of you was rowing and the other was not.
I'm gonna say it was my fault.
There's a lot of arm strength that goes into that as well.
Will cause a lot of shoulder strength, big delts.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the hiking trails though, I'd rather do mountain bike than the hiking trails because my wife makes fun of me because I complain the whole time we go on a hike. But if it's a mountain bike, I feel better about that.
Again, one of those things, you start off strong and then you're like, what have I done?
Yeah, and then you're too far in.
That's what
you
I
have to like
yep.
get to the other side or make your way back. So
You get to the halfway mark, you're like, really? This is just
Listen,
halfway?
I go on the trails for one thing only, and it's the trail mix.
There you go.
Alrighty.
But it is
with
beautiful.
extra peanuts.
I admire all of the outdoorsmen and women who make that happen.
True. Very
Absolutely.
true. All right, more of the 4 to 5 straight ahead. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Make sure you come talk to us on Facebook.
Well, just about every day we can learn something new from other people. I learned something from you, Maddie, like every day.
You do?
I do.
Oh, thank you. Like what? I'm just kidding. I'll put you on the spot. I learned a lot from you too, Lauren. You know, sometimes we can learn something from the least expected source. So today on U Day, Coach Lamont shares lessons on what we can learn from an owl.
A wise owl sat on an oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why aren't we like the wise old bird? Like this owl, there's a time to speak, there's a time to watch, and there's also a time to simply listen. All relationships need balance. It is wise to take a break from the busyness of life to simply observe the beauty that others bring to your life. Take the time to quiet your mind in order to hear the hearts of others. We can all learn from the owl to find a resting place and claim a reset for our lives. So like the owl, see more of people that you love. Speak less, and you will hear their hearts more. May this increase the love we offer to others. This is Coach Lamont reminding you to have your best U Day. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, hot day of weather, hot stretch of weather that we are in. Easily our hottest stretch of weather and our longest hot stretch of weather so far this year. In fact, yesterday was our warmest day of the year so far at 89 degrees. We haven't quite gotten there yet, mainly because we have clouds that have kind of blanketed the sky as we've gone throughout the afternoon. Temperatures right now, you can see those sitting at 88 degrees over at PTI in Greensboro. And we've been holding steady there for for the last several hours. Again, mostly because of those clouds over the area. 87 degrees in Winston-Salem. They got to 90 yesterday. 88 in High Point right now. 88 in Lexington. 87 over in Asheboro. Low 90s down to the south in places like Troy and Montgomery County, Stanley County as well. Of course, the difference today than what we've had the last several days that you've probably noticed it if you've been outside. It's a much more muggy day of weather. That humidity has started to creep in a little bit. We have dew points in the low 60s as compared to the 50s that we had over the weekend and the last several days before that. So it really does make a difference, and this is really the most humid weather that we've had so far this year as well. Taking a look at the radar, there's really not too much going on, but over to our east there have been some showers and some thunderstorms, nothing on the strong or severe side. This is where most of that activity is going to stay this afternoon, although an isolated shower storm isn't out of the question as we go throughout the afternoon and into your evening hours as well. Here's how Futurecast plays this out. Mostly cloudy skies overnight. Your Tuesday will be a little bit cooler with some extra cloud cover, and then again tomorrow afternoon we'll have the chance for a couple of those isolated showers and thunderstorms, but really not talking about a lot in the way of measurable rainfall. Reason for that, we have this front kind of stalled out just over North Carolina. That combined with the heating and humidity just does give us that chance for that isolated shower or thunderstorm. But it's a low chance this afternoon, tomorrow too, and just a 20% chance on Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday could easily be our hottest days of the year with a good chance to make it into the low 90s. We start to cool things back, then we actually bring in a chance for some measurable rainfall going into the weekend. That's your forecast. We're coming right back.
Four North Carolina counties, including Guilford and Rockingham counties, will soon offer gift cards at select vaccination sites. Starting on Wednesday and lasting through June 8th, the Department of Health and Human Services will give $25 summer cash cards to anyone who gets their first dose of the vaccine. And anyone who helps drive someone to their appointment, they get $25 as well in summer cash cards. The pilot part of the program is a campaign to safely bring summer back by getting more people vaccinated.
I don't think it's bad to give incentives for this. And I've said that in the past. I think if you're rewarding someone for doing it, that's one thing. It's not forcing anyone to go get it. It's not telling them they have to. It's just like, hey, if you come, you get one of these cash cards. And I love that the people who drive the person there to get their vaccine gets the cash card too. Like, I need to round up some friends. I
wonder if you brought like 6 friends in a van, could you get like $25
right.
each?
I want to know.
You can. They actually said that there's no cap on how many times you can come and bring somebody.
All right, well, all of y'all are already vaccinated, so I need to find
We'll all be drivers.
We'll all be driving.
I can just see somebody pulling up, literally get all your friends together, tell me, y'all stay over here, and I'm gonna bring y'all in one at a time.
Yeah.
Just put a different license plate on the car.
right,
Like,
they're both
that's
away
not me.
$200.
Wigs.
But I agree with you. Like, it doesn't hurt. Anything that will help more people to get vaccinated. I mean, we have states that are giving out savings bonds. We have the lotteries that are out there. So this really doesn't surprise me that you can get a $25 gift card.
Wasn't it Ohio that did the lottery, I think? That,
Yeah.
Yes.
you could
And I
bring-
mean, just like the Dash, tomorrow the Winston-Salem Dash, they're giving discounted tickets for people who come to their vaccine clinic. We just talked about that moments ago. So again, incentives I think are just fine.
I agree.
It doesn't hurt.
All right, we're gonna take a short break. We're coming right back in the next 30 minutes of the 4 to 5, straight ahead.
All right, on Facebook, if
Yes,
you
it's
need
time.
a ride, let me know.
Holler at us.
Trying to get that cash card.
Hey, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination.
There we are. Hey, John, how you doing?
Hey, Christian, good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Count to 10 for me if you can.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, you're good on our end. Let's see if we can make this thing happen.
All right, gotcha.
All right, stand by a couple minutes. We'll be right with you.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello, Facebook.
Hello.
Hello.
Jalen and I are over here.
They were asking on Facebook, why are we not talking? Well, we are now.
We've been very.
Has Jay been cracking jokes again?
Always.
Jay is
Shattering.
always cracking jokes.
Let's see here.
We've become a comedy feed for bad dad jokes.
They're not bad.
No, some of them are not
Jays
bad.
are really good.
Some of them are very clever.
They're definitely dad jokes, but they're not bad.
That Blockbuster one was actually.
But is there a
pretty
good dad joke? That is my question. So now we're into technicalities.
I got a couple really bad ones.
I believe it.
The worse they are,
Do
the
it.
better.
Tell me one.
2 drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff. Ba-doom-ts.
Jay said,
Now, you undersold that one, Christian.
Drummer jokes.
A panda bear walks into a bar, eats shoots and leaves.
Eat shoots? Shoots what?
And leaves.
Bamboo
They
shoots
eat
and leaves.
shoots.
They eat bamboo shoots.
shoots and leaves.
Why did
Get
he
it?
go to the bar?
oh,
Oh, good.
All right. All right. All right.
Well, listen, don't be mad at me because your joke was bad.
I told you it was bad. I just
that was a
forewarning.
good one, Christian.
No.
That one had potential too. I think that one just lost your audience.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to your 4 to 5. I'm Lauren Coleman, joined by Maddie Gardner, Eric Chilton, Christian Morgan, and Jalen Gilkey today.
We're all present and accounted for. Make sure you head over to the WFNY News 2 Facebook page and chat with us during the breaks. We'll have a conversation.
Yeah, actually, we're just telling jokes at this point, but it is a lot of fun, and
But
we
they
would
are
love
funny.
to hear what you have to say about the stories of the day. Speaking of the stories of the day, let's get right into it. Make sure you are looking at your screen right now. This is some important video that you need to see. we now have surveillance video from a Greensboro gas station that shows a man jump inside of a car and drive away with a baby in the back. The baby is safe now, but the people responsible have not been found. This happened at a gas station on Randleman Road Friday night. Police say a mom left her sleeping 5-month-old baby in the running car and went inside with another child to ask for directions. Video shows the suspect casing the area before jumping into the driver's seat and then speeding off. The next morning, 2 men found the baby safe behind a dumpster in Winston-Salem apartment parking lot. Police also found the stolen car in Winston-Salem, but again, they are still searching for the driver. The incident is a reminder to parents that danger could be lurking at any time.
This probably was a big eye-opener for them. Big eye-opener. It's getting hot outside, people moving so fast. Think you can run in and out the store? Not with your babies. Not with your babies.
All right, let's show you the suspect one more time. He is right here on your screen. This is the person police are looking for. If you know where he is, call them right away.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. A man was shot and killed by sheriff's deputies in Davidson County Saturday. Investigators say Adam Hartley was shot after shooting at deputies. Deputies were called to the 8900 block of Highway 150 South near Churchland for reports of a shootout. Investigators say Hartley was armed with a gun and a knife. When Hartley was told to put down his weapons, investigators say Hartley aimed at the deputies and fired his gun. That's when deputies returned fire, shooting Hartley. He was flown to a hospital but later died. This shooting is still under investigation. And the North Wilkesboro Speedway could get a $10 million revamp from the American Rescue Plan funds. Governor Roy Cooper proposed the upgrade on Wednesday. Proposed renovations include speedway repaving, dragway and facility upgrades, new bathrooms, and much more. Before becoming reality, though, the proposal must make its way through the North Carolina House and Senate as part of the large American Rescue Plan spending bill for the state. And the average U.S. price of regular gas jumped 8 cents per gallon to $3.10. This jump is over a 2-week period. Analysts say the increase is attributed to supply disruption from the 10-day shutdown of the Colonial Pipeline following a cyber attack. They also say the price of corn plays a factor. Corn is a key ingredient in corn-based ethanol that refiners must blend for gasoline. The price at the pump is $1.05 higher than it was just a year ago.
Well, we know Memorial Day weekend is coming up and summer fast approaching as well. Our local YMCAs are looking to hire lifeguards for the summer swim season. Of course, WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey talked to some of the local Ys about their need for more lifeguards.
Well, for many, summer jobs are our first taste of the real world. For our local YMCAs, they're looking to provide that experience for teens and young adults of the Triad. I spoke with Larry Barnett and Clay Dorman of the YMCAs of Greensboro about their most immediate needs.
Immediate need is really for lifeguards. That'll let us keep the pool open a little longer, get some more people in the pool. And we also like to cross-train them. So we got some lifeguards that also teach swim lessons. And the Y is a swim lesson instructor program we put them through.
Even if you're not the strongest of swimmers, it's okay. Clay and his staff are more than willing to get you up to speed.
There's just a couple of prerequisite skills. They pretty much have to be able to do, it's 300 yards in the pool, which is about 6 laps down and back in a typical size pool. So there's some swimming level, and we're also willing to work with anybody that wants to swim. I think desire to work and want to get better is probably the biggest thing.
If you're interested in applying, you can online, or better yet, just reach out to your local YMCA and let them know you're interested in lifeguarding this summer.
All right, a hot and a bit muggy day across the Piedmont today. Of course, we haven't quite felt this humidity so far this year, but it really does make a difference. Reason for that is that's why we call it the air that you can wear, and you've noticed it if you've been outside at all today. What I want to do real quick, though, is take you on a live trip up the road into Rockingham County and check in with one of our weather spotters, Mr. John Cobb, up in the Bethany community. Good afternoon, John. How's it going?
Hey, Christian, good. How are you today?
Well, we're doing great. Glad to see you back here. Tell us what's going on up in the northern part of our viewing area today.
Yeah, it is humid standing out here in the front yard. It's 88 degrees right now. It's overcast. I see clouds off to the north and the west, so that may be a sign of maybe.
Yeah, we may be about to get a shower or a storm, kind of keeping that low end chance in as we go throughout the afternoon. Well, we lost you there for a second, but I know it's been staying dry there so far today, but have you seen any dark bottom clouds kind of streaming overhead in your neighborhood so far?
Yeah, I've got clouds northwest of us. It looks like maybe we might see a shower this evening.
Okay, I know we could really use it. John, as always, we appreciate your report. And by the way, really nice yard. I wish I could get my grass to be that green. I'm going to call you for some help. As always, we appreciate your report, and we'll check in with you again pretty soon, John. Thanks so much. Live look over the triad right now. You see those clouds that John was talking about really kind of hanging thick today, especially as we've gone throughout the afternoon. And that's helped hold our temperatures back just a little bit. But as we mentioned, there's that low chance of an isolated shower or storm. There's not too much happening in the triad. Most of the action so far has been over to our east, past Burlington and in the Raleigh and Durham area as well. A couple little showers and storms have tried to get going up along the North Carolina-Virginia border, but they really have had a tough time doing so today. Don't expect us to see a lot in the way of rainfall. Temperature-wise, all in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. 87 Winston-Salem, 88 in Greensboro out at PTI, 88 Lexington, 88 in Asheboro as well. Even some low 90s, though, if you go further to the south in places like Troy and over in Albemarle as well. Of course, we were talking about humidity. Dew points in the low 60s. Makes it feel a whole lot more muggy than it has been the last several days. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. I expect us to drop down into the mid-60s for most of us here in the Triad. We'll have another warm day on the way for your Tuesday, but we won't get into the upper 80s. We'll only make it into the low 80s tomorrow. And much like today, we'll have at least that low chance of an isolated shower or storm, mainly in the afternoon and evening. Not talking about measurable rainfall the next couple days, but we will at least get some chance to get some good rain by the time we get into the weekend. And we're going to cool things back down, too, to start Memorial Day weekend. We'll dive into all those details coming up in your full 7-day forecast in a couple minutes.
All right, Tim tweeted this last week. The most traffic that we have in Greensboro is the line that spills over into the road from Biscuitville. And I know a few of you can relate to that sentiment, can you not?
The one on Battleground,
Yeah,
especially.
for sure.
It's all the way out into one of the busiest roads in Greensboro.
Well, Eric, I don't know if you've seen the one on Bessemer here. That one is going to give Battleground a run for its money.
I think so too. And Lauren, I don't know if you have seen this yet or experienced the Biscuitville magic.
Believe it or not, yesterday was actually my first time going to Biscuitville. I said, this line is always so long, maybe I need to check it out.
And
it was delicious.
it is pretty good magic. All right, I bring up the whole traffic thing because there is something causing traffic all around the nation, and it is much more expensive than a biscuit.
Imagine you go to an open house. There could be 50 cars, yes, 50 cars in a line outside waiting to see that property.
It's just insane. We've seen tens of thousands, even $100,000 above list price.
All right, so nationally, the average home value appreciation jumped 11.2% from April of 2020 to April of 2021. So if you have bidding wars and then you have homes on and off the market in just 24 hours, what do? Well, a California family has been living out of a hotel in a minivan for months, looking for a new home in Tennessee. The market is so competitive, they are going door to door, handing out flyers to homeowners. The daughter gets 10 cents for every house that she puts a flyer on.
It's all about mama guerrilla marketing right now, because there's not many homes on the market and they go fast. And we really do have like a dream in our mind of something that we want. And, we want the front porch and a yard and things like that.
So basically the flyer says, hey, this is our family and we'd like to live in your neighborhood. So if you'd like to get out, we'd like to buy your house before you ever put it on the market.
The trouble is, once you get out, then you're in the buying market. And
Right.
you're going to pay more than, you know what I mean? Unless you're downsizing, then you can make some money.
Interesting. I think using their daughter, they might be able to get some people that
That's right.
might offer their home to them.
Could you imagine going to look at a house and there's 50 cars parked outside?
No, I've never
I turn
seen
around
that
and walk.
happen.
I'm gone. I'm done.
Yeah, and now when people are going to do that, they're saying, you know what, everybody needs to have their bid in by like Sunday at 6.
Yeah.
And they can do that.
Because it's a war now. It's a
It
bidding
is.
war. A friend of mine who put their house on the market, the next day they had 9 showings.
Ridiculous.
And that was in Greensboro, yes.
All right, it's crazy, people. You can tell us your stories right there on the Facebook page. We'll be right back.
Well, I have never done this because I'm afraid to try it. I'm not a good cook, but if you ever tried to make pasta from scratch, you know there's an art to this. Well, a local chef is coming to all of our rescue by holding a ravioli class. That's right. Chef Reto of Reto's Kitchen tells us how to tap into our inner Italian. So Chef, this sounds really cool. I mean, making pasta from scratch for most of us is pretty difficult. Tell me how this class works.
The class, basically people come in and it's all about having fun in the kitchen. So we try to do as many recipes as we can within 2.5 hour time frame. So like for the ravioli class, we'll start with the cheese soufflé first, then we'll make the pasta dough, we'll make the filling, we'll make pesto sauce, roll out the pasta, and we do that with people taking turn and actually helping out.
Chef, what is the hardest part of this process, the hardest part to teach?
The hardest part to teach, there is not really any difficulty that I can think of in teaching the classes. We take recipes that are fairly simple. I would say the people that are in the class make the class, so the more fun they have the more fun they are, the more fun they have. I have beginners that do things, recipes that they say at the end that they had no idea that they could make it.
Yeah, I think that would be me. Not sure if I can do this or not. What's the takeaway? What do people usually say at the end of these classes?
I think the takeaway is that they had fun. Usually they say that they will come back. We see people coming repeatedly to classes with different themes.
Well, for people like me that can burn water, I appreciate you doing this, Chef. Thanks so much for your time today. So a cooking class is always a good thing, in my opinion, but making and I believe it's 6 to 8:30 tomorrow night, so it's a 2.5 hour class, but it takes a long time to do pasta from scratch to get it just right.
I wish I could tell you that I've tried this, but you know I have not. Can I even bring water to a boil to put pasta in? I'm learning, folks, but I do think that a cooking class is fun, yes. And I've heard a lot of people who've gone to Reto's classes and have said that they've learned a lot.
Seems like a lot of fun, and I went on his website, and he has team building activities, so 4 to 5.
Look at you.
Oh my gosh, we need to
another
do this.
activity for us to do.
Yes.
All in.
Absolutely. There's nothing
All
that brings people together more than food.
That's true.
Absolutely. And now I know I am the resident chef on the team, but I have not ever made my own pasta.
Oh.
I don't know who's questioning my statements, but I don't like it. Anyway.
All of us.
I know that I've seen on Chopped many of times how the process of making pasta is very intense and it's very, very precise. So it's something that I would love to add to my repertoire. So Chef Reto, I may be on the way sooner than later.
Well, those little Kraft macaroni and cheese boxes don't count as cooking.
And I think that I'd take the cake for being the best chef on this team.
That's
I'm not
highly
even
debatable.
gonna try. I mean, I know it's not me.
I would love to take a cooking class. I mean, I just want to see what it's like. But you're right, as a team building thing, we should absolutely.
It would be a lot of fun.
We can have a cook-off, Lauren, if that's really what
I'm
you want.
down for it.
There's no fear in my heart. There is no fear in my heart.
Maddie and I just kind of.
Y'all got this.
Are we shaking on this? I think we should really do it.
I think you should. There we go. It's a
There we
virtual
go.
shake
All right,
that counts.
you saw it happen right here.
The battle's
We're
on.
locked in.
All right, we'll keep you posted on that. We'll get some videos. Jalen's serious about this.
I don't like to lose. So
The gauntlet has been thrown.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll discuss recipes on Facebook in the break.
There we go.
See
I love it.
We'll set the rules.
Like the stepchild of this mug now. For real.
You ain't got. Let's take a check out first.
We straight. Appreciate it, boss.
Straight to top.
No, it's not over.
But I'm not allergic to peanut. Like, I've eaten peanut butter my whole life. And so,
Yep, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5. Mic check. 1, 2.
and it lasts.
You don't want no smoke.
But it was like instantly after eating it. So.
Jalen, what is? Do we need to give y'all like set dishes? A certain like
However y'all want to play it.
a steak, a salmon, a chicken.
We allow.
Let's do salmon.
I bet.
I got a great salmon recipe.
Is it?
I blacken it too.
You said what?
I said I blacken. Is this
Don't
blackened
give your
salmon?
secrets away.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jalen, I forgot you're not mic'd up. I'll come over there.
I don't eat salmon.
Oh yeah, Maddie, we hear you have a good.
You ought to
salmon
mean,
recipe.
Matt. Listen, I don't. I'm not gonna pretend. Here, can you hear Jalen now if I stand close to him?
Oh, we should also do like a taco cook-off too. I got a good taco recipe.
Why don't we do?
Like I said, ma'am, you can make the rules. I'll just show up.
Maddie and
All
I
right,
pick the
I don't think that
ingredients.
this kitchen set actually works anymore, but we'll figure it out from there.
Don't worry. We'll get it done. I'm sorry, ma'am. Don't take it personally.
This
Oh yeah, you have to do them this week, and that's what Matt, our producer, says. He even.
And with more and more people becoming fully vaccinated against COVID-19, some businesses are requiring proof. To help combat the issue, one doctor created the ImmunoBand, which shows documentation of those vaccinated via a protected QR code right on your wrist. So while some may feel at ease providing that proof, others are not as thrilled. We took to Facebook to ask if you would consider wearing the ImmunoBand. Brian, what are people saying about this?
Well, Lauren, you got people on both sides, as always. Some people are saying yes, and other people are like, it's none of your business, and I don't know if I want to wear a band, all right? So we're going to start off with Nancy, who says, yes, she would definitely wear a band. Catherine says, it's nobody's freaking business. Nobody knows any other vaccines I have gotten, and they aren't going to know. Bill says, absolutely. Judy says, no way, she's not here for it. While Brenda says, also, it's nobody's business. Whether I got the vaccine or not, that is between me and my doctor. Nobody has to prove they got a flu shot or a tetanus shot. I'm not going to prove whether I got the COVID shot. And Ann says yes. Doug says no, thanks. And lastly, Miss Elise says, only thing is everything can be replicated, and I mean everything. So basically what she's trying to say is that, you know, people with vaccination cards, you can copy those. People always find a different way to get around the system or whatnot. But I do think it is a clever idea. You know, they have a protected PIN code for your QRC, and you know, it's a good thing. They say this actually out of courtesy, because, you know, when you go to different places or whatnot, they may ask you, hey, are you vaccinated? Show them your wristband. You know, if you're at a huge gathering, you know, are you vaccinated? Put other people at ease, basically.
So Brian, it's not mandated, right? It's just you can wear it if you want to. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Then I wouldn't care whether somebody wore it or not. It'd be up to you, you know.
I think the personal choice is the key here, right? It's not a mandate. No one's being forced to do this if they're more comfortable with it. I mean, we've done stories about, do I need to carry around my vaccination card? And, you know, doctors are saying, just take a picture of it. The experts are saying, have a photo of it if that puts you at ease. But as far as I know, I haven't walked into any kind of business that said, are you vaccinated? And show me proof. I think it's just an honor system thing. If you're not, put on your mask. If you are, you know, do the right thing.
And with it being an honor system right now, I think the bracelet would put some people's minds at ease, but I see nothing wrong with it as long as no one's being forced to do it. If it's all about consideration,
That's what I think.
I'd wear it.
Yeah, that's why I like, if that's your choice, you want to wear it, fine, just to let people know. I mean, that's your deal.
Yeah, and just like what Lauren said, I mean, there's so many people that are vaccinated. We don't know really who isn't, you know, so it's just a tool, you know, just use it as a tool. It's not nothing that you have to do, to each his own.
I definitely see the slippery slope aspect of this, though, and so that's what just gives me pause or any kind of hesitation at all. But as long as it's a personal choice, I do think that someone with commenters who said, they don't require me to show proof of a flu vaccine or a tetanus shot. They did make a good point. I know that we haven't seen a flu pandemic like we have the COVID pandemic in 100 years, but still, it worries me a little bit.
I think we're going to continue to see the divide on, the vaccine when it comes to like different incentives or wearing the bracelet and mask. We'll continue to see both sides of this. So,
yep, I agree, guys.
All right, this just in. We have officially hit 90 degrees for the first time so far this year. It's actually the first time since September 3rd back in 2020. Congratulations, I think. It's one, but it will not be the last. Plenty more to come, of course, as we go into the summer here in the Triad. All of us in the upper 80s to near 90 right now. Greensboro cooled back off to 88 at PTI, 87 in Winston-Salem, 88 Asheboro, Lexington, low 90s down to the south in Troy and Albemarle. And the big difference today, not only it's hot, but it's also a lot more muggy than it has been the last couple days. Dew points generally 5 to 10 degrees warmer than they were yesterday at this time. You can really feel that if you step outside. Of course, the Triad mostly blanketed in clouds now as we've gone throughout the afternoon, but there's not much in the way of rainfall. A couple showers and storms, those are mainly to our east and will stay to the east as we go into the evening hours. I expect most of us, especially from the Triad back to the west, to stay pretty quiet tonight. High pressure still in control of our weather, but this front is really kind of stalled out just over the Piedmont. That kind of initiates or kind of acts as the focal point for some of those showers and thunderstorms. We'll do that again for tomorrow, but again, widespread rain not in the forecast. Evening storm not out of the question as we go throughout the rest of the evening hours. Mid 60s tonight. We'll be back in the low 80s for your Tuesday afternoon. It's a little bit cooler, and we're watching for an isolated shower and thunderstorm. Hot Wednesday, Thursday, a little cooler, better chance for rain going into the weekend. That's your forecast. We're coming right back.
A man is dead after a deputy-involved shooting in Davidson County. Officials say it happened Saturday when deputies were called to...
Explainable. Great. Hi, Callie. We are here in the wood shop, the wood shed, whatever you'd like to call it.
Hi there, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas. I'm currently walking. Would you like me to stop walking? I'm right by the 2 Wants to Know office. Okay, cool.
Hi, Callie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am.
Mic check 1, 2. I am laughing because the cord for mic 9 is literally, I think, as tall as my body. It's like 6 feet long. Mic check 1.
It's time for my 2 cents. I spend a lot of time on social media. Whether I'm tweeting out news stories or posting on my professional and personal Facebook pages, I spend a good amount of my day on some type of social media platform. Recently, I tried to tag a friend in a photo that I wanted to post on Instagram. I couldn't find her Instagram handle anywhere. My first thought was, am I blocked? Did I do something wrong? After sending her a text, she said she deactivated her account and was taking a break from social media. She said the break was so she could clear her mind and focus on her own life story. Little did I know the images on her Instagram and Facebook timelines were making her question some of her life choices. I too can relate to this. To me, social media is like a highlight reel. Everyone shows the positive life moments. You may see a post about an engagement or maybe a new puppy. Very seldom do we see people post the challenges and struggles they go through daily. On a day when you're not feeling your best, you may find yourself comparing your struggles to others' positives. When using social media, we need to remind ourselves no one lives a perfect life. Maybe spending less time on social media will help us to stop with the comparisons and realize the value and beauty of our own lives. That's my 2 cents. That's your 4 to 5. WFOY News 2 at 5 starts now.
New surveillance video release shows the moment a man stole an SUV with a baby inside in Greensboro.
Police found the baby, the 5-month-old